Wow. It's back into the podcast. Welcome to Hat Chat.
Yes.
It's our second endeavour into the new podcast series.
Carving a new landscape.
Indeed.
With waveforms.
With our own voices.
From our mouse holes.
Mm-hmm. Quick disclaimer, there will be naughty words and very... Yeah, there's one. Any more?
No.
And very vigorous sex scenes that... If you listen to the last one... You've got an impression right there. What may happen, you never know.
We don't know what's going to happen.
Please also bear in mind that this podcast contains personal opinions and stream of consciousness conversations. Imagine us as three poorly informed guys chatting at the pub about interesting things we've seen.
We're not experts.
No,
I think that's an important thing to...
But then again, the world has had enough of experts.
We have. I mean, I'm sick of
We're in a post-fact society.
Yeah. Exactly. It's brilliant. I can say whatever I like.
Also, what's the word count for society this week? What do you reckon? Place your bets.
Count? Oh, for society.
Amount of times we say society.
Well, you've already said it a couple of times.
2.
I don't think that much. So today's topic is...
well, no, first of all, we're Hat Films, because again, I keep forgetting that people may not have heard us.
Yeah.
We're Hat Films, collectively. I'm Ross Hornby. This is...
Chris Trott. Hello, this is my voice.
And this is...
Hi, this is Alex Smith. A lot of people confused me and Ross at the start.
They do, yeah. And the other voice you may hear throughout the podcast is Craig Frost.
Hello. This is my voice.
He's our engineer, producer, audio technician.
Live vision mixer.
If you are watching this live, we don't have the budget for another camera, so he's not in shot. So if you're wondering why he's not there...
We could set up a really shitty webcam.
We could get a little...
Yeah.
Kind of like him being just a voice.
Yeah.
You can just picture him as whatever you like.
Yeah.
People know what Craig looked like. If they watch our YouTube channel, it's what we also do.
Indeed, yes.
We do YouTube.
What this is all about.
It's also Hat Films. It's called Hat Films.
Yeah. All right, let's kick this off.
It's Hat Films. Let's plug that again.
Hat Films,
of course.
Films. Hat on your head.
Yeah.
Films.
So today's subject is...
It's YouTube.
Yeah.
What do we know about YouTube?
Well, this is... exactly. What do we know about YouTube?
What's our history with YouTube, first of all?
Oh, man.
Sordid.
Terrible.
It's we've been in here for too long now, I feel.
Yeah.
We're withered old men now.
Back in 2009, I created the YouTube channel Heart Films with 2 A's instead of 1.
What an acronym.
Terrible idea. Did it at uni.
Sticky key, wasn't it?
Sticky key.
Yeah, just kept it. Yeah, that'll do. Go for it.
Me and Ross set up we did television and music, television and film production at Portsmouth University in the United Kingdom. That's where we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we met there. I've known Smith for a long time. And we started playing Minecraft together, didn't we? Along the side of doing stupid films. We uploaded a couple of films, which were
I actually
projects.
unlisted those quite recently because I just thought they just did not have any place on our channel. Because
Fair.
They're so random. Because I came across somebody else's YouTube channel and you scroll all the way to their first videos. And like, God, that's nothing like anything they do now. So why is that on there?
You got Shane Dawson doing UFC.
Yeah. Well,
What?
UFC. Suddenly he's just like,
imagine that.
oh my God, the conspiracy theories have changed.
So
I thought
that's our legacy.
Well, they're there. You can get them. The link's there. It's just
The dream's dead
nobody
now.
wants to know about Doug Cooper, Gnarly Man, or that artist's impression one we did. I
To
think
be
I
fair,
kept
that's not
Shroom
really
Runner up.
Hat Films. Like Hat Films is us three,
exactly.
And that started in 2011 when we started doing Minecraft.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's what we did. And we
good
got
point, yeah.
it was in a weird state of YouTube. That was like pre-career YouTube.
Well, yeah, we didn't.
No one earned money.
Yeah.
A lot less white space on the page. Remember that? It was all like real like blocky. Everything was in
Gradients.
like heavy frames and things like that. Yeah.
But it was personalized. You
Yeah.
can have your own banner and background image. It was amazing.
You
What a
can
time.
to a degree, but it's nowhere near what it was then.
No.
To be fair, background images do make things look janky
It
as
looked,
hell.
like MySpace.
Yeah, it
Like
literally
old
looks like
school
MySpace,
where it's just like really, oh my God,
Well, I've got
janky.
this crazy GIF going, and you can play tic-tac-toe in this box.
And what's their favourite song?
Yeah.
Oh,
God,
wow,
I'm
their
just trying to
favourite
watch the video, but
What was it, like top 5 friends? You could have like and then you could get mods to extend it to like top 20, and you're like, well, at that point, I'm all out of friends.
And also, it's a social
Five's
issue.
a
It's
struggle.
just like, you've removed me from number 1 spot. What did I do?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't speak to me last week in maths. Oh, well, fuck you then. Wow.
And
You're
the
going
numbers-
down.
That's when the number game started.
Yeah.
And then we're in
Yeah.
Black Mirror all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Anyway, we started in 2011, so that's, as the recording of this podcast, that's 8 years ago. We've been doing this for almost a decade.
Yeah.
So
I think you
feel
started
like,
the channel in 2009, though.
yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
But when it
Officially.
really became
Yeah.
Hat Films taking off was us doing Minecraft together.
So we've been around a while.
Yeah, so we kind of feel like we know the YouTube landscape a bit.
Yeah. Can't get to 1 million subs though, so can't know it that well.
No. Well, that's it. I mean, we can address that later on as well. I mean, that's certainly
that's a good point. But we've seen loads of others surpass us, so that's
always
experience.
Good. I think like in terms of like a very quick summing up that I think we've all talked about before with our channel, we're not a boom and bust channel, which I think there are a huge amount of, and that we've seen a huge amount in terms of
jumping on a hype.
Yeah. This guy's getting huge off the back of like, I don't know, like Five Nights at Freddy's or something like that, or like Roblox,
Yeah.
And then you kind of look at them like 2 years later, and they've got millions of subs and like 20,000 views.
Yeah, I mean, you say that in a way we were kind of on the hype of Minecraft at the time,
but we never busted.
However, the intention wasn't probably the intention people get into things now on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Like now on YouTube, that you can earn X amount of money, you can get fame, and
the mindset's
success.
shifted.
It's very different. When we started, we just wanted to fuck around in Minecraft and make a funny video, and if you watch them, you'll see that there's no frills there. It was just
there's also no pressure. It felt like let's just use Ross's MacBook because it had the best frame rate. Let's use these mics because that's the best we've got.
Yeah,
there's no
literally headsets, like Apple headset mics.
Earphones. Yeah.
From your iPhones.
Yeah,
and we had iPhones. So that's quite luxurious.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the differences when we sort of started YouTube, or at least started becoming popular on YouTube, versus the differences now. I think, like you say, like the pressure, and also just the way all the stats and everything work. Like when we had like 100,000 subs, we were getting half of those people actually watching a video. Like that number was much more closely aligned. Definitely, now like we're really happy when we hit 100K, like a video, like that's a really well performing video. And we have almost 900,000 subs, and so that percentage has changed a lot. That's not unusual on YouTube. Yeah. But what was interesting is when we first started, it felt a lot less like this sort of intangible number, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was a bit more.
We were accruing, and also we were exploding because from 0 to say 1,000 subscribers, we were just plodding along, playing Minecraft.
You say that we were uploading daily from day one, which is kind of like a rare thing, really, because you wouldn't think that, oh, you know what, I'm going to start uploading every single day. You'd see how the first one does, and you go, oh, I'm going to upload another one. Yeah. But we played quite a bit, so we were like, oh, let's just
we
just
can
do
edit
this
these
and
pretty
see how
quick.
it goes.
Yeah, and then when we got to Skylands, when we started doing multicam stuff, we started dialing it back. We weren't really thinking of schedules or anything.
No, yeah, it was just like, oh, let's put a weekly. That was a weekly video.
That was a weekly one.
Yeah. Oh my god, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So we also did doublers for a while. Remember that in Filton? We would do 2 videos a day.
Yeah. Like, especially in December, which was like the big month on YouTube, where CPM, which is basic revenue, was really high. So it's like get it all in before the ad revenue drops in January.
Yeah, but that was the norm though for us. So even when it wasn't about the CPMs, we were just uploading double because our audience were watching.
And there wasn't much live streaming to be doing back then either.
Didn't have the internet for it, for one.
Oh god, barely anyone did. Let alone the platforms. I think Justin TV was the first thing we.
We used to send each other hard drives.
Yeah.
With footage on. We were just like, okay, I'm going to post you the hard drive. You'll get it in a day.
Yeah.
Because we didn't live together, like we then did. So we moved to Bristol after that, after the all sorts of, like you say, posting
it's a big
hard
risk.
drives.
At the time, I remember it being like like Smith's in a job, a pretty stable job, and he's going to have to give that up to try this YouTube thing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I did it willingly. I know what you mean exactly. I halved my income.
It is a massive risk.
Promotions on the line and things like that. You could see yourself earning more money. And being stable at least.
Yeah,
but I
think it was a fun risk.
I've never liked stability anyway.
Well, I think we've had to
that's why we're on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Yeah, I guess when we first kind of took that dive to go, okay, we're going to do this all the time. What did your parents say when you first kind of like said, this is what I'm doing now? Because obviously we were fresh out of university. We've just finished our final year project, and we were like, let's fuck around in Minecraft for a bit. Let's play around with this game and then start uploading. And then people were watching our stuff, which was amazing. And we're talking about just 30, 40 people watching it. And we were like, oh, that's impressive. Creeps up to 100. Holy shit.
300.
Yeah, then it started increasing.
That's a lot of people.
Snowballing a bit.
Try and fill a crowd with 300 people. That's a lot.
It's also
you
addictive.
kind of forget the numbers. Yeah. It's like we're just throwing out terms like 100,000.
Yeah.
Like if you filled 100,000 people in an area,
that's more than the capacity of Wembley Stadium.
Yeah.
So when you see a Coldplay gig, 60,000 people, that is.
Live Aid, the classic Queen set. That's like, whoa! Anytime anyone sees that, it's like that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So it's relative, really, I think, to the creator, because obviously you can measure success in various ways. But I think if you are just starting out and you're getting 20, 30 people watching your stuff straight away, that is a success in that beginning stage. And obviously you just want more. So you keep going, it grows, and then you kind of get addicted to that feeling of people are enjoying my stuff. So that's why we kept it up. But at the time, I don't think we earned money on YouTube for
ages.
11 months.
Yeah.
Well, once we knew we were making money on YouTube, as in we got monetized, it then took 3 or 4 months for that money to come through after that. Remember that? So it was like, fingers crossed. Yeah.
That's true.
And we were dealing with a network that was based in Canada at the time. Yeah. Just the first people to contact us, really.
And they're still around, but the contract they put us in was
5
ridiculous.
years.
Yeah.
That's unheard of. Well, it's something you really shouldn't do if you get into a contract on the internet, anything internet based. 5 years is a long ass time to be stuck with one company.
Technology changes so fast.
And agreeing to that revenue split for 5 years, like there's no.
But we did it.
We
signed up. We were like, well,
and
no one else is asking.
We managed with the weight of Yogscast to pull out of it, thankfully. But we could have been in a bad place.
To pull out.
It's worth, if you're listening to us and thinking, I wouldn't mind starting YouTube. First of all, we'd be like, it's not going to be as easy as what we had it like
that's the thing,
7 years ago.
A common question I think we do get a lot from our audience and just like family and stuff as well. Like, if I was starting a channel now, how would you go about it? And obviously, I guess, important thing is to, first of all, enjoy the content you're making, or do something that you want to do.
Do it for the right reasons.
Because I think right now a lot of people really want to jump on that cash train. Like, I'm going to jump on Fortnite and make loads of money, and like some can.
You don't.
But it's a lottery.
It's a lottery. It's a 1 in a million chance that you're going to be the one that rises above the noise of everyone else doing the same thing. Guaranteed. The amount of people creating content on YouTube is unprecedented, and the fact that you have to stand out above that, the algorithm has to pick you, and people have to watch you above all of that, is so hard. Like, you could, there's a chance it could happen.
Yeah, but you could have all of the whole. You could have the complete tool set. You could have the best cameras, know how to use them.
Yeah, right.
You could have really good ideas, really great personality. There's plenty of people like that on YouTube that get barely any views, and just because of the factors that they were beyond their control.
And you see it time and time again, like companies investing tons into their new YouTube channel. It looks amazing. Their content's actually pretty good, and it just stagnates.
And then they realize the profit to loss ratio on putting that much money into something as kind of unstable as YouTube isn't worth it.
Also, I don't think they're thinking about demographic as well, because a lot of people quite happy to watch PewDiePie at 720p with a crappy camera.
Oh god, yeah.
Like, I think there's an approachability element to it, where it's like, this is too professional. I don't really like this. I want someone that's like almost like there's a window and we're friends, kind of, or I trust them, and it's just like a relationship in a way. Whereas like I understand this person on a level that's not just a company trying to speak to me.
That's a good point, actually. Go for it.
Oh, I was just going to say about like
this is real nice, by the way. It's so like
you're first. Actually,
we've got serious
say something else
to talk about.
I think the skill level and the skill ceiling, the skill level for YouTube and making certain kinds of content is very much higher than when we started as well. So like when we got like a nice digital camera back in the day, or like we got our first drone and we're like, oh my god, these shots look insane, we look so professional. And then now you look at it, and because so much tech is accessible now, you're like, wow, that looks amazing, oh, that person's nailed it. Like, it's not enough now just to make it look great and sound great, because the more tech comes along and the more people, it becomes part of everyday life. Everybody uses a camera now, like as in on their phone.
Of course,
it's easy to shoot at 1080p, 60 frames a second,
and it'll look great. So no longer like whenever we buy new kit and buy new tech, it's always really exciting, because we're like, oh, I wonder what this will look like, what sort of shots we can do.
I think it's because of us though. It's not a need to like, we need to do this to get more views.
It's more of
addiction. We're still, the passion's still there. That's what I think. It's like, that would be awesome to do because we like to do it. Rather than we need this camera because everyone else is doing this stuff.
Yeah.
But this is the thing that, so because of that skill ceiling, because of that skill level is now raised on average, we're no longer special. Like, we're no longer special for having that kit or knowing how to use it.
Because obviously at the time we started, we wanted to find kind of a niche, or like kind of a style that suited us.
Yeah.
And obviously we felt that 3 people on one channel was quite a unique thing.
It's a novelty, no one really done it before, and they probably shouldn't.
It's
a really bad idea, actually.
But we could go on to that now if you want, like in terms of a lot of people have asked.
No.
Is it a benefit to have all?
I want to do it in 10 seconds time.
Okay.
Fill the air 10 seconds.
Bing, 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 bing.
Oh, with other conversation. It doesn't
Oh
have to be
no, I
music.
wanted to do the song.
Oh, okay.
But
well, let's go into
in
it
terms
now.
of because we get asked this a lot. Like, why did you make a single channel with 3 people on it?
Because we're idiots, for one.
In a way, sure, but I don't know if we would have made individual channels separately, organically, and then come across each other and then go, "Oh, look, let's just do stuff together." Like,
let's couch chop
that
it.
wouldn't happen.
Let's the creatures it.
Yeah, and well, we didn't. Were they even around at the time?
Creatures were.
Were they?
Oh no, they weren't.
Yeah.
All I remember is C-Nanas and the Yogscast.
Well, that's it.
Like Lewis and
C-Nanas
Simon
was an influence, wasn't he?
and everyone else didn't exist. That's how I
And the
remember.
term influencer didn't exist either, which I bloody hate.
You don't like that?
I don't think I don't like it. It just make it completely. It's
I kind of
reductive.
don't.
It's reductive.
I don't like.
Some people
Before
it works.
influencer, though, you might use the term opinion leader.
Or
Which
content
which
creator,
isn't much
still a
better.
thing.
Content creator makes more sense because. But then again,
I don't like
the word
content.
content because like I'm just filling a gap. And this
Yeah.
is just content.
It's
like
well, it sounds too business-like as well. It's almost like a cardboard box filled with stuff.
But
You know what I mean?
the word influencer
Yeah.
is essentially just boiling down the value of a YouTuber to a company, isn't it?
to
Like-
just
like-
you're now an advertising.
You
Yeah.
have an audience.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I mean, it works in some cases where people obviously, Instagram's great for it because that is what some people strive to be. They want to influence with their numbers.
They
and
want to sound
do,
professional as well. Like I'm
Yeah.
an influencer. I influence an audience, and therefore I have value.
Yeah, but we've been called them before, and I just found that so odd because
Yeah, I don't like
I
it.
think I prefer content creator, but even then, I think that does. It's just like, oh, I'm filling a gap.
I'm just happy to say YouTuber or streamer,
Yeah.
dependent on who I'm talking to.
Yeah,
The
I
thing
mean,
is,
even then,
though,
we didn't
it's-
use YouTuber for ages. 'Cause
That's
I didn't like that.
synonymous with because now people are like, oh yeah, my son makes videos of his Fortnite games and puts
He's
them
a
on his
YouTuber.
iPad. It's like, yeah, that's the thing. Like you say
I'm happy to be that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I don't feel like
you need people's respect.
Yeah, I don't feel like I need
that's
that.
fair enough.
I know what you mean, but ultimately you get pulled in with the Jake Pauls and the
gosh.
There is the
KSIs
dark
of the-
side, of
which
the
are very
YouTubes
different kind of
who do-
styles.
But they besmirch their influencer as well. They're
Sure,
technically influence. All the titles that you could assign people with audiences are also things that we share. So we can't avoid it, I don't think. So
I think the best
Call me what you
summarizing
want.
of the original question of like the three of you is a good idea or is a bad idea.
yeah.
I think the only real way that it's a negative thing is everything costs 3 times as much to do,
And yeah, also we won't get sent out to certain places because we've got to pay for 3 people, and it's like sure.
But on the upside,
we've helped each other.
and also just doing things with other people,
Yeah.
like okay, great, yeah. If I was on my own, I could go and do this trip, but I'd literally be on my own, being like, "Hey,
And
how
we've
you
seen
doing?"
that. We've seen
Yeah.
it before events, and it's just like I wouldn't be comfortable doing that. I don't think.
or you'd
personally.
invite us anyway as mates.
Yeah.
And we'd be in your videos anyway,
Yeah.
but you'd be earning from it, and then I'd be like, "What the fuck,
yeah.
Jesus!"
Yeah.
Fucking the worst
Man,
timeline.
But I think it's a good thing.
Yeah,
we did
oh,
that,
yeah.
Because I think ultimately we bounce ideas off each other. I don't think we would have survived as long if
No.
all 3 of us
Like,
weren't working
the
together
big-
to make it
Yeah,
What?
gel together.
I agree. And the big term that's being thrown around nowadays is burnout.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
A lot of solo YouTubers do burn out, and we burn out.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
internally, it's like I'm not really up for this today, but let's do something else. Like there's the 2 other people
We
that
talk it through, and
have
then we
an
go, okay, what else can we do that would work?
and you have
What-
someone to bounce ideas off of all the time.
Yeah.
Who
Somebody to
also-
hold a camera,
Yeah,
and,
like
and other things.
and other things.
What's that
yeah.
like, Craig? You like being a camera guy for us now?
Yeah. What else would I hold?
Well, a mouse.
Well,
What else
that's
can
for
you
another
hold?
day. That's for another discussion.
that's for later.
But yeah, one thing on the influencer thing, one thing that annoys me is when a YouTuber says, "Back on the grind." I'm back on the grind, as if doing YouTube was like, I have to do this. I have no choice. I can see where they're coming from sometimes, but saying it to your audience like they're just these plebs who are just watching your stuff, in like it's very vapid. I don't know. I just don't.
There's so
like
much
that
negative
terminology.
culture
Do you know what I
like
mean? It's
that.
just like,
Yeah.
Right, I'm back on the grind again. Just gonna piss out these
Churn
10
out.
videos for you guys.
Yeah.
Just shitloads of Fortnite. I know I'm picking on Fortnite a couple times, but it's
Yeah.
It's
the
an
current
easy
trend.
go-to. Yeah.
It used to be FIFA.
Yeah, sure. And it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, is that a good thing to
No.
just piss out your content?
I mean-
I mean, in some cases they're getting
Yeah.
millions and millions of views, and it's enviable in that sense, but also it kind of it's reductive.
I
again.
think those kind of people don't have a good relationship with their audience. Personally,
Yeah.
I feel like when
they're too big to though.
Yeah.
Would you argue that? Because I mean,
but then they go and do. This is what drives me mad, right? So you're saying like back on the grind, and then they go and do things like fans of friends, and then they say like somebody said the other day. I'm not going to name them, obviously, but they basically
they won't watch this. It's fine.
No, who does? Who cares? We're in an echo chamber. You guys are just going to be like, yeah. But somebody on Twitter put. I hate negativity. I hate negativity.
It's kind of an
just
oxymoron.
Point loss.
I hate.
Yeah. And they're like, it's pointless. I just don't know why people can't just like be happy about things. And it's always the kind of people that are doing shady shit or like the kind of people that I feel that aren't genuine at all with their fans.
I think I know who that is.
The people that are saying it.
Yeah.
Like there goes like basically they say it as a way to go, don't attack me for the things I do because I'm not about that negativity. It's like, no, you don't just get to do whatever the fuck you want, and then when somebody says, dude, what are you doing? You don't get to go, oh no, dude, none of that negativity. It's like
I feel like that falls into the realm of celebrity in general, because obviously, as much as it is a shitty thing to say, like obviously you want that fame because that's what's keeping your job going as well.
Yeah.
But you also don't want the negative things that come with that, which can be shitty because
sometimes somebody,
you got jumped on at a train station. That wasn't too bad though. There are people who stalk people at their houses and stuff and knock on their door and go, "Oh, I'm a big fan." But like, why have you come to their house? That's like
overstepping boundary. Again, like that's down to a problem with the consumer. Obviously, they think that there's a level of relationship there, but also, like Smith says, some YouTubers are putting themselves across like they're best friends with everybody. So,
that's the vlogging culture, I think, because obviously when what was it where Jake Paul went to Post Malone's house?
Yeah,
remember that, and then showed his address, and it's like that's a massive like privacy breach.
Yeah.
But he doesn't give a fuck because he wants those views.
It's so unusual for him though, because like usually he's such a nice guy.
He's such a rule follower,
and that in general, like I think the biggest pressure on us is the fact that we are fucking trying our best to make things and not be assholes, and then you have all of these assholes that are the kings of fucking YouTube, and I don't include PewDiePie in that. We've talked about that before, but I don't like. I know there's all sorts of things like
you bring
PewDiePie.
up assholes because our content in general is quite bantery, quite negative, quite jabby at each other. It's honest. But at the same time, we're not putting on a fake persona.
We don't go and film people who've killed themselves in forests and then do reaction shots to it. Like that to me is just, it's so vapid. And then like the fucking organizing things like fights that are draws so they can just do another one. And it's just like, and who was it? There was that website you were telling me about, that unicorn thing.
We the Unicorn.
Yeah,
that's like a news.
Yeah. So I went on that. And one of the big things on there was like, I'm not going to name them because I don't want to give them press, because that's all they need is just somebody to talk about it. Doesn't matter if you're talking about it positively or negatively, it's still press, unfortunately. But one person's like doing a video about kissing their sister.
Oh God, yeah, I saw that one.
And then it turns out, and everyone's
How'd you find that?
Everyone's just from this website.
You typed in "I love incest porn," and that came up, and he was like, "Wow, this is really sexy."
Yeah. But like, and in it,
YouTube safe incest.
All the comments are just like, like this is clearly not real. Like, there's been loads of catalogued instances of this person hiring actors and actresses. Like
that's a new low, isn't it? Just manufacturing your own incest scenario.
But that's this person's entire channel. Yeah. And they get loads of views, and because of the way YouTube works, it doesn't matter if it's liked or disliked. If it's got a shit ton of dislikes, it's still a good in the algorithm because it's engagement, right?
I think we should ask the person, Craig, why did you do that?
Why did you kiss your sister?
Huh? Sorry.
Yeah, she's pretty hot.
Just say for the views.
Yeah, for the views,
man. The best thing about this podcast is Craig is managing fires over there, like cutting between cams and stuff. He's not really soaking in what we're saying.
Half the time you talk to me, I have tuned out for the last 5 seconds because I'm doing something.
Yeah,
so all you need to do, Craig, is answer yes.
Okay, yeah. You ask me something, I'll say yes.
Yes.
You like kissing your sister, don't you, Craig?
Sorry, what? Yes.
Lovely. Oh, weirdo.
Let's move on quickly.
Very weird. However, I think that goes along with, like you were saying about negativity. People want to see negativity. People want to see drama. People want to see these explosive things because it's interesting. And you look at people like Piers Morgan. I think we mentioned it the other day in a video. But
who's Piers Morgan?
Piers Morgan is I guess, dare I say, journalist who is on
talk show host,
Good Morning TV in the UK.
Yeah.
If you don't know who he is, good, because
export to America.
Yeah, he went to America for a bit, came back again because he kind of pissed him off with his gun banter.
Yeah.
But yeah, he thrives off of that negative energy, and you can see why, because he's getting more retweets, more likes, more kind of like
And he's got an endless supply of content because he just gets to report on other people's behaviors and put his horrible negative slant on everything, which is controversial enough to create a conversation, and it just spirals that way.
But him as an example, that spins off into YouTube in general, where you have these people like Rice Scum, for example.
Reactionary people.
Who will do dumb shit, say ridiculous things, and offend people in a big way, just because it'll get them really good views. Yeah. They don't care because they've got the check. They don't look at their comments. They're not caring about their fans because why should they? They just want the money.
And then you have a
very different way of doing YouTube.
Section of YouTubers that just report what Rice Scum and the other people have been up to.
So you got that.
Everyone's monetizing off everybody from this sort of stuff. And I mean, we do it. We talk about it and discuss it. It's not our focus, but
yeah, we tried playing games. We've said this to you guys before. Like, we've tried the games on YouTube. You know, like more clickbait thumbnails.
Not just video games, as in you mean like the YouTube game itself.
The various things that some people do to be successful. But ultimately, I think that we would never go too far with it because it's just self-respect at the end of the day. Isn't it? How much do we want fame and money? Like that's literally it. There's a scale between, I think, like fame and money, and no fame and money, but trying to keep your integrity. And you kind of got to meet in the middle because we have to do videos sometimes that are brand deals. Like when we get 2-part brand deals, for example. Brand deals, by the way, are when a company would sponsor us to look at their product or play their game. So.
And we do cherry pick those in terms of like we will make sure that there's something that we enjoy. We've turned out unfortunate amounts of money.
Yeah,
because
many mobile games.
Oh yeah,
so many.
A million mobile games
that pay the most as well.
Yeah, exactly. I
mean, because people won't play them.
Yeah,
because
they're also big Chinese companies that have excess, like tons of money,
or big Russian companies that are almost certainly money laundering,
spyware.
God, yeah, right.
Very well known ones as well.
But we try to choose something that we're either excited about. In some cases, we'll try and do something a bit daring, like the Azana band thing, which we thought was a good idea, but but it was an experiment. We in a way fucked up to a degree. We pissed off people because they expected it to be a real product.
I think
we sold it as a real
the experiment was on the audience, which I don't think some appreciated.
Exactly,
which is understandable.
But we have done it ourselves because ultimately that seemed fun to us. Like, as bad as that sounds, it wasn't a case of a middle finger to our audience. It was more of, oh man, they're going to believe that this is this thing, but it's like this. It harks back to a TV program, which was really exciting for us.
Yeah, it's cool,
but it tanked. You know, I'm glad we tried it because we tried something different, something new.
I would do it again.
But
given the choice,
it's a shame people took it in that way, and
well, we thought our audience, like, once we came out, like, it was not real, etc. They'd be like, "Oh, we understand your mindset of why you chose to do that." Some people just,
for the most part, people understood that it was like this jokey style, but you can't always win.
This highlights one of the big challenges when you're releasing videos as a content creator, is that when we see our feedback, like when we get comments and stuff, it's only ever going to be the people who are either really impassioned and like it, or really impassioned and don't like it for a reason, to bother to leave a comment. You know, I never leave comments on YouTube videos.
Yeah, we've said this before. I just don't. So I don't bother. It's either laziness or I feel like I'm shouting to avoid because they're never going to see it. I'm never going to get a proper feedback.
I don't feel like my voice needs to be heard as well. Like most of the time, I'm like, it doesn't matter if I comment or not.
We'll read those comments and sometimes you take them to heart. Sometimes you'll see a negative one and it will ring true to you. You're like, oh yeah, I get what they mean.
It's like being a chef and making like a dinner for a bunch of people, and you're like, right guys, this I love some feedback, like, you know, what was it like? And instead of them going like, oh, I really like this element of it, or this could do with a little bit of salt, this could do with a little pepper, it's just either I hated it or I loved it. Like, I love this meal, oh brilliant, oh I hated this meal, I hate, and that's it. That's the feedback you have to
you always get more passionate if you hate something or something's
more of a motivator.
So you'll more often see that response because, you know, like you see on Amazon, half the time you're like, oh, what the reviews? You're like, oh, it's shit, it broke after 2 minutes or whatever. And it's like, oh, you know, you're not going to see that many positive ones unless it's like an overwhelmingly good product.
Right?
It's got to benefit the user to do a comment. They got to feel like it's worthwhile. They're making that comment in the first place. They feel like, I need my voice heard because there's something seriously wrong here, and that needs to change. Or they're in ecstasy and they're like, this is the best thing I've ever watched.
I'm buying 20 more of these.
Oh, a new Minecraft series.
Some people just have that, you know, innately in them. So like, I'm just going to let them know
But when you think about the scale of things, like we said, if you're getting a video which hits 100,000 viewers and then 200 people are commenting on it, that's such a tiny percentage. But I take them to heart.
But it's a survey.
I don't know about you. Like I look at those and think they've gone through the effort of commenting on it, so therefore we should respect that or look at that and kind of think, maybe we should try this thing.
It's
maybe
a slightly distorted survey, but it's a pool of our demographic nonetheless.
Yeah. Oh, it's useful, but it's just very extreme.
It's distorted.
It's not as nuanced as.
It's not like taking a blind survey off the streets. It's people that actively come forward to line up to do the survey. Which is a different kind of person.
Exactly. There's a bias there.
Because there's loads of YouTubers we know who never look at their comments. Either because
Lewis being one of them.
Lewis being one of them, and I think he'd be happy to admit that. And I think it's more of a case of he doesn't want that to distract him, which I think is fair enough. Because if you've got your mind set on something, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I want to do. I don't need anyone else's input, and most of the audience might respect that anyway. They might be like, oh, he's doing his own thing. I think that works.
Also, he talks to fans at like meets and stuff about content, so he isn't disinterested in feedback. I think he just doesn't like.
He doesn't want to get
how comments work on YouTube.
Again, it could be a scale thing because you get so many comments.
But again, Lewis is in a position where he's surrounded by staff, employees that know and read the comments anyway, so he'd know if something was going really badly through one of those people. He doesn't need to look at comments.
I feel like
if you're a solo YouTuber, it might be a different story.
I have a Craig question. Craig,
hello.
Do you find that the editors read a lot more of the comments from the videos they've edited to see kind of how the feedback, or is it something they ignore?
No, all of us, I think we've spoken about this before, pretty much all of us, every night when a video goes out, will be first of all checking that it went out when we scheduled it to go. So it's like we leave here, say the video goes out at 7, we then get I do it on the bus on the way home, check that the video's gone out or whatever, and then it's just like checking that there's not comments. It's like normally it's like, so there's 10 minutes of black frame at the end of this video or something like that, like an editing.
Fuck!
10 frames.
Or like 10 minutes, because like videos have gone out in the past before from different channels that have like had mistakes in it and stuff, and then you learn about it through the comments because we don't always get time to watch the renders.
Of course.
So you're not looking for comments about whether the video performed well or not. It's more you're initially looking for editing issues.
I think I can't speak for everyone, but I think initially we are looking for issues, but you go through the comments, so you see the feedback.
Read it anyway.
You get to see the comments.
And obviously you get loads of those really nice missing transition red crosses every so often.
Yeah, that keeps...
between...
I fucked it. Like that, now every transition, the whole video is going to have red fucking... Like,
there's such a flash of like a single frame.
It's so obnoxious. like just like put it in the corner or something. No, something didn't work here.
Pay for this transition. Anyway, that's a very nuanced thing. But YouTube in general, I think it's quite interesting to talk about the pressures of YouTube now. For example, everything is a numbers game. It's front and center every time you go to your dashboard. There's a number for this, that, and that. A graph of how well it's been performing, old stuff to new stuff. This YouTuber's doing better than you. They're doing content. Your video's not performing as well as the previous one.
Now it's like that. It literally will state, this is performing.
This is 20% down.
So no wonder there's burnout and constant feeling of like struggling to keep tread water, is because there's always someone bigger than you, apart from PewDiePie and even T-Series and PewDiePie have a whole like competitive element of like who's got the most subs. I bet that's tearing PewDiePie apart because it's like shit, I'm gonna lose my title of having that thing.
True, but I think he deep down knows that he's still at the top, because I don't think anyone regards T-Series as a YouTube channel. Because they aren't homegrown necessarily. They didn't start in their bedroom. They are a corporation.
They're a media dump.
Exactly. And they're chucking out high quality content from Bollywood. Is it Bollywood? Yeah, I'm not sure.
I feel though that PewDiePie has the same amount of stress, if not more, than us relative to his views. He's worried if his views drop below 1 million. We're worried if our views drop below like 80,000. And he's got the same amount of pressure. It doesn't, basically being more famous and having more views doesn't make it easier.
Money does.
However,
money does.
In his scenario, like, he's obviously doing it out of passion now. Because he's not doing it for money.
He doesn't have to.
He doesn't necessarily have to, because like, he's got to be a multimillionaire right now.
Oh yeah,
obviously.
I mean, obviously these estimates are always wildly inaccurate, but I read something saying he's been doing $20 million a year. Is what he could potentially be making.
And as YouTubers in the game, we can kind of bring it down and bring it a bit more accurate and be like, that's probably likely.
Yeah.
Also, we barely have
everything.
any side businesses, which many of these huge guys have. You know, like Tom Syndicate has got like a bunch of shit going on in the background.
Yeah.
Some of them didn't go as well as others. But there are some key points, and like, you know, now PewDiePie's announced that he's going to be doing this blockchain streaming thing.
D-Live or something.
Yeah.
Like, he's probably got investments in other things that have nothing to do with his personality.
Paying people to invest for him as well. So
yeah, I think when you're at that stage, a financial advisor is probably going to be helping you out a bit.
There's no unless you really mess up and just buy gold chains all the time and huge cars.
Yeah,
you're going to be fine. Like, money makes money.
Think about this: like, if we had enough side businesses to make us a really decent amount of money, like a proper chunk of change, not like enough to keep ticking over. Like, you know, we're all wealthy people individually. I don't think we'd make the same content. I think we would make. I think we make different things.
It would be, well, that's the thing, because obviously some of the stuff we enjoy the most is the most expensive, which kind of makes sense because, you know, it means we can do crazy adventurous things that look really cool, and it's really fun to film, really fun to do the activities, and then it's even more fun seeing the reaction of the audience once you've put it out there, because that's,
and you get that record of your life. Like ultimately, one of the best things about this job is the experiences we get. The things we've experienced are just incredible, and I personally, I'm sure we all do, feel very lucky to experience that. Like, and ultimately, like, if we didn't have to worry about money, we could just be out there chasing those experiences and creating these amazing videos and amazing memories. Like,
because there are some people who once they've hit that kind of threshold, they're like, oh, I've got enough money, I'll just do my own thing, get off YouTube or whatever, and they've hit their goal. But some people, I think,
it's very few though. There's still a lot of people that think, okay, the next goal on YouTube is this. There's always a bit more that I could do. This other person's come in and has got more views than me. Why are they doing so well? And I feel like a lot of people get stuck thinking about what's next and raising the bar.
I think it's an addiction.
Could well be.
I'm addicted to
it's
YouTube.
The fear about being irrelevant, or just like people moving on.
Exactly. Exactly. It's an addiction to being relevant. For me, like, I really like I don't post on Instagram much, and obviously Instagram's gigantic. Like, there's a whole influencer scene that's based entirely around Instagram, and we just don't use Instagram like that, really, especially not.
No,
personally.
we try to in the past, and it's just like I forget.
On top of everything
which
else,
is probably a bad thing.
Which is another interesting point about us three on one channel. Is what do we do? Like, what's our day to day? If other YouTubers are releasing daily content like us, what are we? Are we just chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool? Shooting some people?
We've had that question before. I'm not sure if it's in this list of questions we have from yesterday, but where they're asking, like, how now we have Craig editing stuff for us and helping us out with filming. Does that mean we now just sit up with our feet on the table and do nothing? Like, it hasn't been like that though. Weirdly,
no. Always feel
I kind of like, I thought, okay, we got a bit of extra help, and then we kind of then just muddy ourselves with other things that we need to work on, or
the thing
kind of
is,
come
like,
up with other ideas.
What it comes down to is there's still three guys earning off of one channel,
right?
So therefore, the more work we put into it, the more we get out, and therefore an even split is
it's basically a commission-based job, effectively, which you try to supplement with other things. You know, we've got merch, brand deals as well, which are very helpful, and also now we have things like Patreon and members.
A small property investment.
Sure,
So like our first foray outside of just monetizing our audience essentially is what any influencer does. We've started to do other things, which would hopefully lead to a life. Because and going back to briefly what we were talking about the sort of addiction and the paranoia that comes with that addiction, is that what the hell are we going to do in 50 years time? Like okay, maybe we'll be 80.
Well, somebody asked, do you have like a 20-year plan? And I was like, God, I don't know if we would be doing this in 20 years.
I want to be like Shirley Curry that does Skyrim every day as an 80-year-old.
Oh, really? Okay.
All right, grandchildren, let's go. Play some Skyrim.
It's tricky because it is quite mentally draining, I think.
Yeah.
Trying to release
and you're
content
always,
on a regular
in the
basis.
back of your mind, you do always have to think. Like, we don't talk about it in those terms, but like, you always have to think like, right, this needs to remain a success, because if this isn't a success, we're going to have to go back to the real world.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. And I think ultimately that people have asked us, what would you do outside of YouTube? And I haven't even thought about it because I'm hooked on this. I'm trying to get my head around this, make sure the next video is planned, or we've got like the next week ready.
And it's not a case of losing your job at EA then going to Blizzard. There's not like all right, this didn't work out, let's go to this successful YouTube channel and be influencer there.
Lives and dies.
It's like, if this doesn't work, like you need to think of something else.
Unless
like,
you've got talent outside, like a professional specialized thing,
of course,
outside of YouTube.
But even then, you wouldn't want to do that, would you? Like say like like you guys did film and TV production. Like, how much would you want to go into that now? Like, like depending on the skill, like the point. If you went in as like a director, like great, or something quite high up, but there's every chance that we might not be able to get something that's like at the top of the food chain, and suddenly, because we don't really answer to anyone apart from our audience now.
That's the thing.
Right?
That's
like,
it.
What's nice about this job is I treat those things as a hobbyist. Like when it suits me, I will do crazy graphics on a After Effects thing, or make some music because that's cool. I think if that's taken away and it becomes a job where it's like you now have to create a 30-second sting for this and it has to be in this style,
it's
immediately
more draining than
that passion's lost.
Suddenly, like when you're told to do something, it's not the same passion that you had before.
No, I can technically do it, but it wouldn't be fulfilling unless I joined a company that's really creative and cool. It'd be really difficult. And also, I don't think I'd be treated seriously if I said that, I've edited all these Minecraft videos.
Yeah, but I guess so. But then again,
we've never tried it.
They'd rather have a portfolio from someone that's in the industry, right?
Depending on what it is, though, sometimes they'll just look at numbers, and that's another thing is which I've found when we've come across other YouTubers in various places. A lot of them judge themselves based on their subscriber numbers, or I've got 100,000 people on Instagram, so therefore there's like this I'm more important than you feeling, and I hate that.
Everyone has a number attached to them
because we're all doing the same thing.
Yeah,
like sure, we're at different levels, but we've all started somewhere in the same point. Just because you now have 2 million subscribers, does that make you better than me, or are you going to be cordoned off in a specific area because you can't talk to
it happens
and it's so I hate that when it happens. We have met some really big YouTubers who are really great, like actually Ali A is really nice when we meet him.
He's hilarious.
Syndicate stuff, great people, but like some people take it so far that it's just disheartening. You can see the kind of like the really negative, poisonous side.
It's encouraged by the business side of it as well, because they set these VIP areas and like we're going to prioritize these people.
Exactly, yeah.
And that gets into their head of like, I am more important because I'm giving these opportunities and these luxuries, whereas those people with less views and less subscribers don't.
But then again, can you blame people for thinking like that?
No, because they're an influencer.
Again, like,
because they have power
by their numbers.
Yeah, it's a power thing.
Yeah.
It's a reach thing.
Which I think again,
some people it affects them.
Yeah. It harks back to mentality again for the entire thing. You've kind of start judging your self-worth and your content on those numbers. So we've been at the same subscriber level as since 5 years almost. But our views have been what kind of keep us going, right? Because
subscribers
ultimately,
don't mean shit,
subscribers really doesn't mean anything in terms of our finances, etc.
And
obviously, if we suddenly had 5 million subscribers, I'm sure it would all increase.
And of course, it sounds like, of course, you're going to say that because you haven't got more subscribers.
Of course, and you'd always want more.
But I think anyone would say, subscribers means nothing, views, and technically, like views per. What's the term? Where you're watching per minute?
The watch time. Views.
Watch time.
Yeah, watch time where you...
it's
the retention.
Retention.
Which is more important. Yeah, we've spoken to some YouTube reps, and that's like one of the main things they pay attention to because they want people to stay on their platform for longer.
Yeah.
However, that's not the thing other people look at.
Yeah.
Audience included. They'll look at your sub number and go, oh, God, these guys have been stuck.
It's a quick number that's like, okay, I can assess their value based on that number.
But when you watch a new channel, do you watch their most popular video first? As in, like, you'll go... shit, I need to see why they're popular or whatever. Oh, this person's got 2 million subscribers. I feel like I go to their most popular thing, so I'm then instantly judging them by their numbers. But their most recent video might have 20,000 views or something.
Well, that's bad
and it's
for
the best video ever
as well.
But exactly, that affects us
because that's our like Minecraft trailer behind the scenes.
Like
and that's
FIFA
not
I
us
think,
anymore.
There as well. Yeah.
So maybe it's bad.
FIFA does still encapsulate the essence of Hat Films, though.
I think so.
Yeah.
The chaos, the editing, the stupidity.
Yeah.
The satire. Hopefully the satire that comes across, because at the time we were satirizing FIFA pack openings, because we were just looking at YouTube
all the time.
What the fuck is this? Like, why is this the most popular content? It's just people going, it's Ronaldo. Oh, come on, EA. Like this sort of shit.
These guys are getting a fake... or hamming up a reaction, a dopamine response, and then people are like getting that
by
as
proxy.
well by watching,
like a contact high for addictive pack openings. And
I can see why.
But then then almost every single one of those fuckers was pushing FIFA coins, like left, right, and center.
Yeah.
And that just to me is just That's it. You get these people that may be great people in real life, or maybe funny people in real life. They may have a completely different persona in their YouTube videos, all these things. But ultimately, they're still really just trying to make money as hard as they fucking can, and they will tell their audience almost anything they want to hear in order to do that. And personally, I never ever want to be in a situation where I'm talking to a person that's watched our content and
they've fallen for a trap.
Yeah, exactly.
That we've set.
So
exactly.
I bought 100,000 Pika coins.
Yeah, which is what that Azanaban thing was in a way. There was we didn't sell a product.
No.
Which is why we always thought that wasn't too bad.
I just don't want to ever interact with somebody who feel like my integrity's gone to shit. Like, oh hey buddy, yeah thanks. Oh yeah, really glad you like that. Like we could fucking lied about that, or like not lied, but just using people.
Or
using
putting on that front is like, if your persona on your platform is this happy-go-lucky, constant positive guy that's like pushing their agenda on someone else, and then having to keep that up. The honesty and transparency is completely lost. It's like anyone that meets you suddenly have to become that, or they're going to be shocked to realize that you're just a human being with like, sorry mate, I'm just a bit tired at the moment.
Well, that's the thing, because we are very different in real life, I imagine. I mean, if anything, this podcast is probably more real than in terms of our excited, like we're playing a fun game. Or
and Craig edits out the boring stuff anyway, so it kind of...
So this is just all boring stuff.
This is all boring stuff.
100%.
With a few little
spikes.
That's what we do the highlights for on our channel.
Exactly.
That's the best bits.
Yeah, indeed.
But yeah, you get to see us raw, and I think for people that put on a fake persona to drive because they know that works, and therefore
there was that one guy we met in
LA. Can manufacture.
I'm not going to say his name, but he seemed like he hated everything he did on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
like he was like the most depressed person I've ever met. He was just like, yeah, I do. He was so ashamed to say what content he made, and I was just like, well, you're doing amazing. I can hear.
This is like from,
but I can see what he means. Like it wasn't him.
But on paper, that's what everyone that's starting out on YouTube aspires to be. Like, oh, I want 1 million views per episode. I want all of that. Yet that person is the most unhappiest person ever. If you're not invested in your own content, I think that's why we're doing well, because we actually care about what we do.
Do you think being a YouTuber can be taught?
They've tried. They try to, don't they?
Education.
This is the thing. So you get all this, like, especially a few years back when YouTube was becoming. Now I feel like people are like, YouTube is an alternative.
I think it can be taught. I mean, when you think about Jake Paul and Logan Paul and stuff, they were funded by investors as a project. He worked for Disney.
Yeah.
He is essentially an actor.
Yeah.
Creating these ridiculous scenarios in real life
for money.
Are entertaining for kids because they're fucking ridiculous and offensive, and they annoy most people in real life. But people want to see that, and I could see why. But it's just, I guess, trying to remain semi-true to yourself, because I guess ultimately, like the guy we met, he hates his own content.
But then again, these people never started off as themselves.
Sure.
Like you're saying, like trying to be true, and absolutely, I think
if they're happy to be an actor and get paid for doing that, that's their prerogative.
But people do need to know that, like, this isn't an acceptable way to exist, because
if you're faking it and like people are believing that,
and we're inspiring the next generation to be fucking assholes. No,
I dread to think
there are so many dickheads on YouTube, and then they have fans that are just like, dab on the haters, like that shit. It's just like, guys, you're becoming just these arsehole human beings.
But it's 100% influenced by them. Yeah. So they have
but they do it for money. They do it for fame,
of course,
power.
It's when they started using
their fault or a product of that's what people want.
I think they should take responsibility for their actions.
I think it's it goes both ways, but they know what works to get views. But ultimately, when they're cushy and they've got shitloads of money, why are they still plugging this fucking gambling site that's for kids? And like, why are you still plugging that shit? You're a multi-millionaire. You're an asshole.
That's why YouTube is also still the Wild West, because there's no governing.
And the problem is the people that are being the most immoral are being the most successful. And I think that's an intrinsic issue with YouTube as a platform.
It's interesting. That's the thing. People are interested by assholes.
Yeah.
Back to Piers Morgan again.
I mean, I'm not.
But you'll click that clickbait will get everyone.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm not immune to it. What I'm saying is I won't ascribe to one of the fucking Logan brothers as a way of life. Or even a thing to aspire to.
But a small child will. They'll go, oh, I want to be cool like that guy. He's jumping into a pool that's on fire and he's using a bike, and that's.
But
insane.
I don't even think his content is suitable for the people that are.
Well, of course not.
You're completely right. There are people that are 12 or whatever getting influenced.
But that's they're watching it because it's crazy ass shit that kids. It's like fucking. It's adrenaline pumping. It's like really exciting.
Yeah.
Really, it's the parents' fault, is what we're getting at.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Parents don't like. some of them will sit their kids down and just have a playlist of Peppa Pig or whatever. And obviously you've had that like rumor where, was it Momo or some shit? I don't even know if that was legit. Was that actually?
Well, there's all sorts of shit that people put in like Peppa Pig, like porn as well.
Yeah, but there's like the Elsa Gate and all that shit. Yeah. But like YouTube is so far from being like regulated properly. It's hard. It's so big.
The only regulation it does is fuck over people trying to make their way in the world, like with us, like demonetizing every fucking 5 minutes, because it's just like, all right, we said dick. Tell you what we didn't do, fucking try and sell gambling to kids. We didn't try and film some guy just kill himself in a fucking forest. Like there's a scale, and it's annoying when people they're so immoral are the guys at the top. Shall we move to like some questions? From last week?
I think so. Because we could talk about this all day. There's so much stuff.
Yeah, there's so many angles we haven't addressed yet. So if you guys have any specific questions that come from this talk about YouTube, send them over to the Hat Chat email, which is
hatchat@hat-films.com.
Bam.
Or hyphen, if you say dashes as hyphens.
I feel like it sounds better with a dash.
Sounds a lot better with a dash.
No, I actually judge people that say hyphen.
hatchat@hat-films.com.
I judged you then.
I judged myself.
Unbelievable.
Saying that.
Right, so we've got some questions.
Sounds too close to hymen.
What we'll do in the future, I think, is our wonderful patrons will send out the topic of what the next one's going to be. Yeah. So that you guys can
come up with some questions for it.
Come up with some questions.
I think we asked people on Twitter. Yeah.
And there was some emails that we went through as well that were relevant to this. So let's have a look through. Feel free to scroll down.
Okay, well, I mean, the first one here is from Adam. It says, were there any points where you thought about quitting, where it got boring, samey, and the work wasn't worth it? Also, another note, what job would you be in if you weren't in YouTube?
We kind of
covered some of that, but I don't know how I've ever considered quitting.
Not quitting, absolutely not. There's been times where I'm like, I don't really fancy doing that today or this week.
Yeah, I felt demoralized at points in terms of like...
This didn't do as well as we hoped.
Yeah, things you try really hard on and then that doesn't work, but the most simplest thing worked and you're like, how?
Yeah.
Also, like when you're in a bad mood, like... If you're like in a different job, so say for example, my previous job's this, where I could sit in an office like tapping away at a keyboard with my headphones in, that bad mood isn't so obvious. You sit there, get on with your day, like
you can get the work done.
I'm having a bad day. I'm just gonna zone in and just do this and then get out of here. But with our job, that's not really possible, and that is when you're like, fuck, I need to like let's just finish this video. Like I can feel myself getting into like a bad mood or like something going on. When you're like getting irritated.
Just irritable.
And it's not necessarily even what you're playing. It's just like external factors are affecting this.
Yeah, exactly.
Out of my control.
And now this video is not going to do as well simply because I'm in a bad mood, and then it makes you even more annoyed. Yeah. And then you're just like, fuck.
But, I mean, ultimately, those pressures, we're putting them on ourselves
to do
because
better,
we want to make sure that our content's going out. We want to make sure that we've got that video.
And then that pressure's added by the constant analysing of our mood in the comments, which we read. Again, that's our fault.
Analyse our mood, but also analysing the content, because we don't really know what our audience wants at any given time. So that's always a guessing game for us.
The funny thing is, when things are often asked for, those are sometimes underperforming. So then you're like, even the vocal part of our comments isn't necessarily right.
With the comment thing, like, are we following the wrong trend? Is it just a case of...
We didn't start out YouTube looking at comments to decide what to do. We did it thinking about what we wanted to do for fun. And I think there's a level of that which needs to stay. For sure,
definitely.
But we have thought about doing different things and getting pissed off, but I haven't thought about quitting.
No, just kind of changing things up, which I think we do quite a lot, which is either to our detriment or I'm not sure really, because a lot of successful channels tend to be on one thing. Like, let's say, it's Fortnite or it's Minecraft or whatever. I think our unique selling point is us, and that's why I'm kind of happy about that, because that is kind of transitional. We can go on to all sorts of different things with that, and
we appreciate that our personalities have to get on with the three of us, and also we are quite a niche in terms of the content, controversy.
Well, that's the thing. We talk about anything,
adult stuff, which also stupid toilet humor as well.
It's
a mixed bag.
I blocked your toilet last week, didn't I?
You did block my toilet.
Did you really?
I've never blocked that toilet ever.
I blocked toilets everywhere.
God,
make wider pipes.
Just like a Pringles tube.
I think it's maybe the way I create a splash zone with a tissue. Let's not go into.
You created a
you
netting.
guys create a splash zone with a tissue, though.
But it's like you don't have to do much.
No.
I guess if If I'm in a public toilet, I would.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it in a friend's toilet.
But what if at home?
You put a layer of tissue so it catches it as it
You
falls.
stops your splashback. Because otherwise you're splashing piss all over your asshole.
Yeah. You don't want that.
Little hammock.
Nobody wants
Only on Sundays.
Only on Sundays.
Anyway, right. Next question.
Here we go.
Do we plan on having guests on our podcasts?
Friends?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I
think it's open to. We've kind of got it set up so we can do that. Welcome people to come on.
If you're really cool and interesting, and we know of you, just get in contact with us.
I think it'd be great to talk to like experts in any field as well.
Yeah, and then just like, kind of so they can trip us up with stuff. And we're like, fair enough, I've learned something new.
They'll say something, like, oh, this is this issue or whatever, and we'll be like, right, let's try and solve it. Like that sort of thing could be fun, especially since we actually have some facts as opposed to just whatever the hell we've read in the last 5 days or whatever.
That's the problem. But we'll read a headline and then that's all the knowledge we have about it.
Yeah,
and we're like, God, I can't believe this thing happened. Yeah. And it's like, oh, well, that's really ill-informed, but
so
it's fun to talk about.
We'd like to have a guest. That'd be cool. Mix up the format. Jelly Bean Key, do you want to read that one?
Yeah. Does it feel weird to you that people want to meet you? For instance, I would rather meet you than other celebrities.
No,
yes, I think it's weird.
It's weird.
Not weird for not weird, but I find it strange.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel like I'm worth meeting in that sense.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just so bizarre.
And I think the integrity we were talking about earlier, like trying to remain good human beings
and grounded
directly correlates with how much I feel like we should be like celebritized. Like what you're saying. Like I struggle with this. I think we all do. Where we're like, oh, thanks, man. I'm really glad, you enjoyed the video or like all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I'm like, well, we didn't discover penicillin.
Exactly. We're not worthy of that kind of praise because we've just
But if you
said
have
dick
that
jokes
integrity,
all the time.
if you think of it like, you're this person that another person watches and perhaps takes some information from you, takes some humor from you, takes an idea from you. As long as you're happy with yourself and the way you're putting those ideas out, it's kind of like, great. I'm happy that you're like willing to put me up on a pedestal and say like, I agree with this person or I like this person.
I think there's a level of thinking about them as well.
Yeah.
Right? I've started to think along the lines of, if they value me that much to want to be excited to meet me, I don't want to put them down by devaluing that.
Yeah, of course.
Because if you're just like, come on, man, it's just me. That makes them feel bad. Feel like, well, come on, I like you, and I.
Well, because I think it's like,
what
was I thinking of? Because so there's some podcasts I've listened to before.
I just want to say I just don't want to. I should stop punching people.
Right. Okay.
You should stop punching fans, especially in train stations when they jump up. But like there are some people who I'd really love to meet, but there's a lot of people who I feel like if I saw them in the streets, I wouldn't go up to them because I don't want to disturb their day. Because I've been in situations where that's happened before. It's not that I've been annoyed by it, but if anything, it's when they don't come up to you and then they tweet you afterwards or take a sneaky picture.
With your blurry shot.
Remember that happened in McDonald's once? And then someone took a picture and goes, saw you guys in the corner. Didn't say anything. But like...
Then you constantly think like, what was I
so
doing?
Strange. Yeah, was I picking my nose?
Like again when they put the thing over the top of the cubicle, like in the toilet. You so many photos.
Busted.
I'd hate to be really famous.
Yeah.
I'd quite like this.
Definitely. I think
because
this level of kind of like, you semi-fame, like just barely anything.
There's
really
some days where I'm like, I just don't feel like bumping into somebody because I'm in a shit mood. I'm going to make it awful for them.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. And sometimes I'll decide not to go out because...
I have become more of a hermit since doing this job.
Yeah.
Because I just don't... Like, there are places where I'm like, I know that we might get seen. Like a supermarket or like if you're going to town on a Saturday, it might happen. And it's just... Not that I hate it, but it's just like... Sometimes I'm not in that mental space to like be happy and be like kind of what I am.
Be the Hat Films.
Yeah, which
Ross Hornby.
It sounds different. It sounds kind of ungrateful, I guess.
But it's more like I don't want to, because that person usually only has that moment with us.
Yeah, I want to get the best moment for him because it's like, oh shit, that's the only time they're going to meet me. So hey, let's take a photo. Let's do this.
Exactly, and you see these Reddit posts of like, who's the biggest asshole celebrity that you met?
Yeah.
They've only got that one experience, and it's like they caught you in a bad mood. I don't want to be that guy.
It's a lot of pressure.
But have you been followed around in Sainsbury's before?
Yes.
And then they blogged it up on Reddit.
Yeah.
That was
fun. Ross Hornby buys in Sainsbury's.
I saw him. I followed him around for a bit. And,
a 12-pack of condoms.
Yes. Condoms.
Here's his trolley list.
Okay, so next question. Nick Machacek.
I'm happy with whichever
How
you said.
did you get past the, you do YouTube, that's not a real job from other people, friends, family, etc.? I don't think that's been an issue for a number of years. Like
only when we first started, because obviously we weren't earning much money at all.
Yeah, people still ask like, how do you earn money from that? But they're still interested.
Always, Or they think the other way around. They go, "Oh, you must be multimillionaires." And it's no, we're not at that scale. We're much more of the modest.
I give my money to 2 other guys.
There's a sharing element here. Like I guess on our own, we would be pretty lucrative. I guess.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Still
that content wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, so, may never have been made. But yeah, like I don't find that as much of an issue as you think it would be. No, as in like.
You've had to explain it to people.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But like you lead with, like Trott was saying earlier, you gauge who that person is and try and work out their level of understanding. So if you said to someone like, "Oh, I'm a video producer," or that sort of thing, like 9 times out of 10, if I'm dealing with somebody in a professional scenario, like dealing with like booking shit or stuff like that, I'll just say like, we're a production company, we're in the country.
If you just want to get stuff done, you don't want any questions. Yeah, it's easier to say that.
You guys find yourself not really? Well, I don't tell my friends about what I do. As in, like, I won't talk about some of the cool shit we do because I feel like it's bragging. I feel like an asshole all the time. So I just like I just go mute and which I.
Well, in the past, I've had to hide the stuff I do to certain individuals in my life that are important to me because.
It's like this is a really cool skill. We were flying in a helicopter. It's an amazing thing. So there's this element of guilt. Like I get to play games, and you've been like trying to get a job for this long. I don't want to ruin that relationship and brag and be an asshole. But
and I think people often misconstrue that as, "Oh no, but you've earned." Like I think people misconstrue that as you feeling like you haven't earned it.
Yeah, well that's it.
When in reality, you're just like, I've had some great things, and I would have loved to have shared them with you, but it's impossible. And so I almost don't want to talk about it because. Yeah.
And it's frustrating.
I wish you'd seen it.
You're excited, and you want to share that with people, but at the same time, you don't want to.
Because we find that with I found that with my girlfriend because we do really cool shit, and then I can't afford to take her along because again, there's 3 of us. It's going to cost 3 times the amount for flights and stuff. The crazy shit we do is expensive.
Not to mention we're on camera all the time. Exactly. And we have to do that, and then we.
And I find that it's good to separate the private life from what this is.
Yeah, and unfortunately, some things like that are sacrificed as a result, and I've had that in the past as well.
Because I'd love to bring her along, but I think that would change the dynamic between we'd be like, "Oh, where's your girlfriend?"
There's another person to worry about, and there's like, do we bring them quad biking with us as well? Yeah. And do you want to be on camera or not? We have to then worry about camera angles.
Some people manage it. I guess solo YouTubers manage it because they then like. In some cases, set up another channel where it's like a couple channels. I just don't really think that would suit our vibe. Like we
most of the time
chat about.
If we were to double our already inflated cost of having 3 of us,
we would just go broke.
6 people we have to.
We'd be bust in no time.
I don't want to make a channel with another half or because I just feel like that can stay private.
Yeah, that's it, exactly.
Not everything has to be monetized.
Exactly.
Not unless that person obviously equally wants to do.
Already in that realm. Like if you have to meet somebody else who's already doing YouTube and you get on with them, sure. But that always tends to go down the route of let's share our lives together, and there's this horrible.
And then you get all the comments about your relationship.
Yeah,
like it's already bad enough with
us. Yeah.
And then you're not looking as good today, or your girlfriend's ugly, hot.
It's an added
better
pressure.
Than you, worse than you.
Yeah. I get it all the time, just punching. Oh, mate, you're punching. It's like,
or you should start punching then, shouldn't you?
They're like, well, I mean, I can't see.
Oh, right,
These are just
misconstrued.
Just random comments.
Right, so we've been live for 63 minutes. Let's whip through Do you want to go through any more of what we've got?
Okay, this is a good question. This is from Rabid Blackwatch.
Okay.
They say, how do you think your channel would be doing if you started it in 2018, doing what you've been doing for the past year and a bit? I don't know, because I feel like we've kind of nurtured a community who like watching us, and whether it's a good game or not, or whether it's an interesting topic, there's a lot of people who will just jump on it and go, I just want to listen to him chat shit, and that's fine. However, there's a lot of people who will just be like, oh, that game's awful, I'm never going to watch that, or, I don't really know how to phrase it, but I think it wouldn't be doing as well, no. I think we've
built up a level of trust and rapport with individuals that will choose us regardless. Whereas if we're having to start gaining a new audience, we don't know how to do that.
It's an impossible question.
It's hard because also when we started, I don't think I barely slept. I think we just worked on this all the time. Well, we were up until like 4 or 5 a.m. most nights, finishing stuff and getting excited about projects. Going, oh, this has got this many views. This has got this. We've been doing this for 8 years now, and I think that excitement has faded. So we won't spend all the time on it. We will be like, okay, let's and it's unhealthy because
we're not young anymore.
We'll fuck yourselves over. You're just eating Dominoes every day and just being like, God, this is fucking. I feel shit. And just pushing yourself to the limit. Whereas I think now we're in a better place where we're trying to do more of it's almost a 9 to 5 style.
Yeah.
We come to an office, which is great. It's great to have this space rather than working from our bedrooms. And yeah, I think we're at a happy place where we've got a good community. We know roughly what they want, and we want to give it to them in the best way.
As hard as we used to. We are more flexible with our time.
Well, yeah, that's where Craig has helped ease things, which is amazing.
Oh, a lot. Yeah, massively.
But yeah, I don't know. I think if we started in 2018, we would have. If we'd been brand new, we probably would have put our all into it again and been fucking great at Fortnite.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm not willing to do it.
You know, but I don't think Fortnite would have brought me into YouTube at all.
No.
So.
Should we hold some questions over for next podcast?
Sure. Yeah. I think we've answered a couple of these ones anyway.
That is hatchat-films.com.
Yes. So today's Fingal, I don't think we actually credited them. Is from Zach Wild, which is a nice like synthwave.
What's really nice is they did a nice little short one for the intro, which is perfect. They also did a nice extended one.
I think around maybe maximum 20 seconds for an intro. I think it's around that.
That's pushing it.
Yeah, 15.
Keep it nice and short.
But yeah, feel free to send your Fingals to hatchat@hat-films.com or questions and stuff. We've had quite a few questions on there as well.
You could be episode 3.
Yeah, and also if you want to suggest things that you want us to talk about, which I think we've had a couple in, but I feel like the YouTube thing we can talk about all day.
Yeah, more ideas. Like just send them over. If you want to support this Hat Chat, we have a Patreon.
It's patreon.com/hatfilms.
Right.
In terms of downloads, it's available on Spotify now. We basically started a new RSS feed for this podcast, so it's brand new and fresh. However, that means that iTunes sometimes takes up to 2 weeks, I read, to go on to iTunes.
You'll probably see Hat Chat old.
Yeah, I put old on there just to make sure that's
our legacy stuff. It won't be going there. It'll be going to a brand new place. We'll link it.
I call it the Hat Chat podcast. Makes it sound a bit more official.
Very nice.
It's available on Spotify. The RSS feed is available as well, so you can just plug that into any podcast app. And also, we've hit 20,000 subscribers on our podcast channel already, which is amazing. I kind of did not expect that
one
much
episode
straight away.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that. We'll probably upload little clips from this session on there as well, so check out that.
And don't forget, you can watch the Hat Chat podcast live most Thursdays at around 2 p.m. BST at twitch.tv/hatfilms.
Yeah, there may be some weeks we aren't available. I don't know about next week because you guys are going to LARP, aren't you?
No, that's 2 weeks time.
2 weeks away.
Okay, so
next week's okay.
Next week should be fine.
But we'll do our best to be on time for you.
So thank you for listening to the podcast. Thank you for watching. If you watched it live.
Quick final comment from Craig.
One more comment
just to summarise everything we've talked about that you've soaked in.
I soaked it all in, and I just got to say, great podcast.
Thanks, Craig.
Really appreciate
Cheers,
that.
Craig.
Thank
we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Double check in before I say